Ho ho ho! Happy holidays, internet! That means that winter and holiday movies are coming out. Movies like this movie, or this movie, or this movie. Oh no. Anyway, those of you who know a little bit about my background, right? I spent 2 years studying video games, like academically. And then I spent the next 2 years of my life and maybe some more because I have no idea when I'm gonna graduate now. I am failing my classes. But now I study film. And with that, and that big brain about film and film-like things, means that I get wonderful tweets like this, and see these things, and it hurts my soul. 15 reasons Jared Leto's Joker is the best version. Oh, why thank you, Screen Rant. I appreciate your ability to produce fine film journalism. That's right, guys. Today we're taking a look at bad film tweets. What's a bad film tweet, you ask? Well, according to the Twitter bad film tweets, of which I got these tweets from, so you can go give them a follow and tell them that FPS Diesel sent you because I like being recognized for my clout. But a bad film tweet is a take on movies that is unequivocally, definitely really bad. Anyway, there's gonna be some characters here today. So, let's see if I get canceled on Twitter when I talk about these people. Ah yes, at this point, Disney should be the only ones allowed to make comic book movies, to be honest. No, Disney can stop. They own like 37% of all the media? Like, they're literally shutting down gifs of Baby Yoda because they're afraid people are gonna copyright things. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Disney's like one bad day away from opening up a healthcare clinic and then everything's done. Like, we're just screwed. Boom. Mouseketeer branded pain medication. Mouseketeer branded heart surgery. Like, no, I don't want them in any more of my movies than they already are. They literally strong-arm people into taking their movies out of theaters so that way they can show their movies. Taika Waititi's Akira will take off in summer 2021. Now, personally, I don't think we should be remaking Akira. I think people who are interested in anime and Japanese culture and just go watch Akira. It's really good. But that's not the tweet that's being put on blast here today. So Karen, brilliant name, of course. I really appreciate your sticking up for the characters of Karens out there in the world. Gee, I don't know why we have a gun problem in this country. Eye roll. Ah! Well, it's nice to see that Karen has no idea what Akira is or that it came out way long ago. But no. Akira, it's making all the kids cause violence. All the kids watch Akira and then they just go shoot up their schools. It's crazy. No, but Frozen 2 on the other hand. Frozen 2 is the movie where we get violence. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh my god, we live in a society. So, just for context for this, they're talking about some guy in Game of Thrones. He has some issues with, like, alcoholism. But this is classy. We won! A man is in rehab for stress and alcohol abuse, and you're counting this as a victory? What the fuck? It's what he deserves. Honestly, I believe that free speech is very important. After seeing the entirety of the internet be absolutely abhorrent with such a blessing, you know what? I think China has the right idea. I can't believe that Game of Thrones stands are just like, Kit Harington? Fuck him. Alright, so a tweet from Netflix Film. Here's a scenario. You're dating someone new. What 3 movies do you show them first? I'll ask you, internet. What 3 movies would you show your significant other? But now moving on to the response to this is I wouldn't, because pressing art on someone, though well-intentioned, can be a one-way, emotionally fascist act. Been there, done that. You know, I'm just gonna start using words to describe things that don't actually mean what they actually mean. So like from now on, lasagna is actually gonna be a form of assault. And there's nothing you can do to change that, because why would you take that away from me? Because this tweet lasagnaed my eyes. Oh, this is a simple one. I'm a big fan of cyberpunk themed media because I like sitting there and going, hey, I've seen a mega corporation do that. Hey, you remember when Amazon decided to buy a health insurance company? That was crazy. But here we have a simple one. Blade Runner is in Cyberpunk, you mong. Excuse me, what? On a list of things that is Cyberpunk, it goes Blade Runner, everything else. Well, maybe like Neuromancer, but like nobody reads books anymore. But definitely Blade Runner. Let's be clear there. What the hell? Did you even watch the movie? This one shot feels like the entire tone of the show. Well, half of it at least. And that's a shot from Evangelion, which is a great anime, and you should definitely watch it. And especially if you're someone who's into anime, you are like legally required to watch this. To which the film critic Hulk. Yeah, the Hulk movies, those exist. Oh wait, so this is basically Pacific Rim? Man, would it blow your mind if I showed you Mobile Suit Gundam? Ooh, so this is a grand old time right here. Can we all agree that saying Steven Spielberg had no influence on cinema is an objectively bad take? If you're someone who thinks that Steven Spielberg had no impact on how cinema is made or cinema in general as a market, you probably don't follow the medium enough. But we got a tweet from Alex. No, because cinema is subjective medium and any opinion can be argued. Just because one is in the majority does not make them right. Okay, so when we talk about movies and we're talking about the movies as an art, yeah, that's subjective. But if we're talking about like market, Spielberg and Spielbergian blockbusters, like Jesus Christ, J.J. Abrams is literally directing Star Wars and he's like, yes, I too want to be Spielberg. You know, I feel like people just use the term like, oh, it's a subjective thing, art is subjective, so that way they can just say whatever they want. And boy, that's how we end up with my lasagna joke. Can I just say that Dark Penis, there we go. Did anybody see Dark Phoenix? Like, let's be real here. Can I just say that Dark Fetus, there we go, I can't speak today, was way better than these two movies. A Clockwork Orange, and 2001 A Space Odyssey. I can't wait for superhero movies to die, I gotta be real with you. Oh, this one was one of my favorites when I found it. So this is from Rudy Mustang. So Rudy said, the death of John Wick's dog, while tragic, does not warrant the murder of dozens of men. It's just not proportionate in response. Yes, he murdered those people because of the dog. Yes, that's exactly why. Because he liked the dog, and you don't kill dogs, so he's gonna kill people now. That's exactly, like, I assume that when people tweet things like this, they had blacked out during the movie, and they're like, why is he killing people because of dog? It couldn't be more laid out. It's not about the dog. It's about what the dog represents. I think they say that in the movie. I know we're saying film is a subjective medium, but I really do think this is an objectively bad take. Oh boy. So today, I'm going to introduce you guys to one of my favorite internet characters. He's what we'd call a lol cow. And you know, maybe one day he'll warrant a whole video. To be honest, I'm thinking about it. But boy, oh boy, would he have a field day at me. Anyway, this is Bob Chipman. Here's a photo of what he looks like. Yeah, doesn't he just look like the greatest movie critic in the world? So Bob Chipman is kind of like the Armand White of video games. So Bob Chipman is that, but for video games. And then sometimes movies, sometimes just like, he's a big man, baby. Cow. And you know, maybe one day he'll warrant a whole video. To be honest, I'm thinking about it. But boy, oh boy, would he have a field day at me. Anyway, this is Bob Chipman. Here's a photo of what he looks like. Yeah, doesn't he just look like the greatest movie critic in the world? So Bob Chipman is kind of like the Armand White of video games. So Bob Chipman is that, but for video games. And then sometimes movies, sometimes just like, he's a big man, baby. It just occurred to me that the original setup for Fantastic Beasts would have been a lot suited better for Star Wars than Harry Potter, since it has a lot more random animals around that people actually give a shit about and have sort of mattered in the plot more than twice. Like, you could probably do a whole Pokemon knockoff sort of thing into Star Wars with relative ease, especially now with the Porgs and such. ... Porgachu. Yeah, I really had no idea that people cared about the Porgs. I feel like when the Porgs came out, it was kind of like they were trying to force me to like these things. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, you couldn't walk into a store without seeing Porgs, and you're like, What's a porg? Like, I don't care. Like, I do not care. But they just kept trying to shove it in, like, stop. I don't want your stuffed animal. That's what it felt like, to me at least. But, hey, you know what? Let's have more spin-offs, because that's what we need, right? So I can't tell if this one's ironic or not. I mean, I've never wanted to kiss a cat right on the lips before, but you will not make an exception today, that's for sure. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is one of the worst films I have ever seen. Now that might be a bit of hyperbole, but okay, Chris. It meanders worthlessly through its running time, totally inert and devoid of plot. It is more interested in looking at the dusty bottoms of women's feet than telling any sort of worthwhile tale. Quinn Tarantino, if he was ever worth anything, is now nothing but a washed-up old relic, only interested in filleting himself rather than adding anything new to the world of film. Now, I quite liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but like, I was sitting there and I'm like, damn, there's a lot of feet in this movie. And I know you could probably make very easily a reason for the feet thing, but like, damn if it doesn't come off as a little bit fetishy. But at least it's not a superhero movie. There's definitely a plot. It's just not like an action movie. Well, how'd you get in here, Stefan Molyneux? We'll call you a rascal. Stefan had this to say. Once upon a time in Hollywood, I took the bullet, so you don't have to. Oh, please, tell me, Boomer. Tell me how this movie made you feel. This is what happens when you give a schizophrenic an unlimited budget. Please, Stefan Molyneux, go on. Go on. Tell me. 5 minutes of a girl screaming as she gets ripped apart by a dog. Really, that's the part that bothered you? You're kidding me, right? Don't do it. Hollywood is dead. You must not like fun. Actually, I know you don't like fun. What am I saying? It's like people see a movie and they take no time to let it gestate. They don't take any time to sit down and go, They're just like, I gotta go on Twitter and tell everybody how I felt. Like, just stop. Just stop. Just be in the moment. Just do that, please. Oh, wait. Damn it. I thought I was done with you and you're back again, Stefan Molyneux? Quinn Tarantino. I'm going to make a movie with Roman Polanski in it. Studio heads, is it going to include scenes of him sexually assaulting a child? If it is, this movie will never get made. Quentin Tarantino. Okay, can I show him with a pretty wife at the Playboy Mansion? Like you don't need to address every controversy when making a movie. And it's not just Stefan Molyneux that says stuff like this. Like, there's people all the time who expect certain social issues to be in a movie, even though that's not the point. And the movie isn't there to, satisfy your political agenda. You know, honestly, I think Stefan Molyneux should just start doing movie reviews. Joker! Don't. It's like being trapped in a spinning cement truck full of vomit for 2 hours. Sometimes you want to watch a movie where you feel like you're trapped in vomit for 2 hours. Like, God forbid you don't leave happy. Alright, and I figured I'd end today by showing a tweet of Ashley Lynch talk about issues with consistency in movies. So, Ashley Lynch says, hot take, lit tip, plot holes don't matter at all. Like at all. Anyone who says plot holes are a problem is a cop. Plot holes are like continuity. If you're noticing them, then you lost the story a while back. Honestly, yeah, I agree. You really shouldn't worry about continuity in movies. I don't know why people seem to care so much about what happens in a film. Yeah, if you're noticing when a movie breaks continuity, I think you might have lost a story, you know? It really shouldn't take you out of the movie if there's something that seems like it might be a glaring visual issue. Or maybe even a glaring dialogue or script-related issue. You know, if you think you care about those things, you really shouldn't, because that's not what movies are about. My name's FPS Diesel. Follow me on Twitter at FPS Diesel, on Instagram at FPS Diesel, and basically subscribe to the channel and do all the other things. Also, follow Bad Film Tweets on Twitter, because without their Twitter account, I would not have this video.